My day was insane. Let me just grab something and I'll be right back. We are live now though, so it's on the starting soon screen. People are getting ready, they're coming in, so I'll just go and take a grandpa nap for 5 seconds.
Those Dragon Ball RPG games, I found out they were actually working on a GT one. It never got finished, but they were working on a GT with 2-player co-op. Yeah, they were working on a co-op based Dragon Ball RPG. The co-op I think was optional, but yeah, they were going to add co-op into an RPG for Dragon Ball 1. I don't know if it was the DS or the Game Boy Advance. It's not really late. How is everyone doing today, if you can hear me? Oh, your job, Atlas. That Atlas is too busy making Persona games. What day were you going to play Night Rain? I don't know. I know it goes live on the 11th, right? I haven't got my code yet. I've got accepted for it, but I haven't got a code. Have the deal's been sent out? I'm quiet. Hi. Hello? Chaos has gone to get a drink. I've turned automatic adjust mic volume. Let me just bump this up a little bit in case. How about now? Am I very quiet now? I'm at 122%. Rest of the chat, is he just trolling or am I quiet? Oh, Chaos was quiet too. He's probably just got the accepted low. Chaos has gone to get a drink.
I am not quiet.
Am I quiet?
You're teetering on the yellow. I bumped you up a little bit more.
Okay. Yes!
Okay, now you're going to burst their eardrums.
I mean, then I'd be really quiet if they can't hear.
I was not talking low. Well, I probably was, but I was nowhere near my mic. How's it going, folks? What up? Oh, man, the day I've had today. I spent most of my day putting out fires, metaphorically, at work.
Oh, okay.
And chasing a minicab all around London. The missus dropped her phone in the car. She dropped her phone in the cab's thing, and she only had... She tried to, log in to her Uber account. It wouldn't log in. It needed the PIN, which was sent to her phone. That's really helpful. So she had that 360 app thing that allows you to see where your kids are, so you can track them.
Yeah.
And so I spent the whole day tracking this, well, half the day tracking this dude all around to get the phone. We got it in the end, though. We finally found him. It was an interesting day.
Shame it's not an Android. You could have done like Google Find Your Phone and then set it to a ring and then like rung it.
Yeah, she put it on silent. She's got a dodgy iPhone in it. Those crappy phones.
Well, wouldn't Google Ring force it to go out of silent?
Google would. Phone? Yeah, she didn't register on Find My Phone either.
Okay.
She just.
I have because I've lost it in my own house sometimes. So.
I wasn't late. That starting screen came on at exactly the right time. Not late.
Technically, words as well before you went to go get a drink.
Huh?
You said words when the sign streams went live as well.
Exactly. So I was not late, and I left you guys a true pony to entertain you.
Yeah. I mean, Microsoft's doing that for you as well by sending us all your games.
I will bitch slap you.
Okay. I'm not lying though.
Ram, Chille's being mean to me.
Bad Chille.
Is that the best you can do?
For now, don't worry.
Look. Yeah, it's true though, Steve. At least we'll have games now.
Mate, that's just a copium take. 6 months ago it was, you ain't getting shit. And now it's at least you got games. Oh.
But you can keep Starfield.
Hey, look.
I know we're getting it, supposedly, but you can keep it, please.
Apparently you're getting it on Valentine's Day. That's how romantic this shit is.
Yeah, it's going to be a shadow drop, right?
From what I'm hearing, yeah, at the...
Well, it's not a very shadow drop if everyone is talking about the fact that it's going to drop there.
Well, nothing is ever going to be kept a secret, right?
I don't know, Ninja Gaiden. That was a shadow drop.
Which one?
Like, we had Ninja Gaiden 2. Nobody expected Ninja Gaiden 2 Black to drop on the day it was announced.
Yeah, I guess so.
We expected an announcement, but we didn't expect a release.
The question is...
Ninja Gaiden 2.
Did the people actually making the game expect it to drop? Or were they as surprised as everyone else? That's the question, right?
Yeah.
Redfall should go.
It's interesting that they ported everything over to the Unreal Engine. It's crazy what they did.
Oh, let's boost up a little bit more. Why is this not playing anything? There we go. But yeah, so Avowed is dropping and it's being paraded 60 FPS. What should be standard is being paraded as a cool feature, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I won't shit on it. 60 FPS Avowed, currently Xbox exclusive, and they said we don't get any exclusives. What say you?
I think it looks good. I'm excited that you're getting. I'm hoping it's good. I don't really know much about Avowed, but yeah, it is Xbox exclusive. I really haven't looked much into it, if I'm completely honest.
At the moment, Leaf, it is Xbox console exclusive. Obviously, it's releasing on PC and Stadia.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait till someone reverse engineers. You joke about that, but I can't wait till someone reverse engineers a Stadia, and actually gets a different online service working on it. Then technically it would be running on it. Like if someone can jailbreak a Stadia and then get.
I mean, you need the Google servers.
I mean, get the hardware working, because technically then you're still playing on it.
I mean, hardware-wise, Google's cloud services were the best, right? Yeah. In the end, they were the best. They were way ahead of everyone else. They just didn't have the balls to actually continue to do it. They just said, "Oh man, what? You mean I can't get my degree in 3 weeks? What is this? But you mean I have to go to university for 3 years to get a degree?" They're like, "But I can only get a 3-hour parking ticket." And so they said, yeah, that's it.
You mean
Stadia,
I'm only
goodbye.
going to get 9.5 million instead of 10 million? No.
That's the Stadia way. I can only get a free out-of-pocket ticket. To be fair, though, to Google, third-party publishers absolutely ruined them. Did you know that for a game to work to get ported from Steam over to Stadia, for it to work, was anywhere between 1 and 2 lines of code.
Oh, wow.
And Ubisoft charged them $60 million to port 2 lines of code for Assassin's Creed.
So that's why Ubisoft has no money, because Stadia funded the last 5 years until they ended.
No, not Stadia charged them. Ubisoft charged them.
Oh.
Google paid $60 million to put it on there.
That's what I meant. Sorry, that's what I meant. Like Ubisoft has had money these last few years because of all the money they got from charging Stadia.
So many people took advantage of Google. So, it was always going to be a tough ride for them. But like I said, the third-party studios just didn't make it easy for them. They milked them like crazy. But $60 million for 2 lines of code. That's like the best profit you're ever going to make.
Yeah.
How long did it take you? About 30 seconds. Good job, buddy. What's the upsell on that? 60 million. It's crazy.
That's a quarter of a AAA game funded.
Yeah. So, Chille, before I get into the nitty-gritty, I have to ask you.
Yeah?
I do. Because I'm curious.
Nah.
And chat. This goes to you as well, right?
Everyone. Chats.
This goes to you as well. I want to hear. I mean, we spoke about this in, I think, last stream and a little bit last night. But what's your thoughts on early access?
I mean, in theory, I don't mind it, but in practice, it's normally a scam.
Okay, there we go. There you go. Even the pony says it's a scam. So you're all wrong and I'm right.
In theory, it's normally okay. But the issue is so many people just release stuff. Technically, Fortnite was early access, even though it wasn't. If early access is done well, then I think it's fine. As long as you know what you're paying for, you can see a proper roadmap, you can see that the developers are putting the effort into it. I have no issue supporting early access. But there's so many smaller companies that just push out early access and don't actually release any content and just take the money in and then release an outfit and then, yeah.
What about when it comes to Game Pass? Where you get your games day and date, unless you pay more, then you can get it earlier.
I mean, I'm fine with that because that's a revenue stream for the companies.
I don't care about companies.
I expected it.
They're telling me I get a day and date. I want it day and date. If early access exists, I'm not getting it day and date.
I have no issue with early access for the game. I don't know. I feel like it was always planned.
Of course it is. It's a scam.
You just want your day and date Game Pass stuff. You don't want to.
No, it's a scam. I don't agree with day and date.
What?
I mean, sorry, I don't agree with early access. Unless it's those
there we go, right?
indie games. Those indie games that release actual early access where, hey, we're releasing it, it's broken, it's going to be work in progress, but you can pay and play now and keep the game.
Yeah, I kind of disagree with that a little bit because as long as I don't know, some of those feel more of a scam than waiting before a couple of days.
But then you have But that's not a couple of days, though, is it?
About that. I didn't think you meant like. I didn't think you meant like 3 days beforehand. In which case, no, I don't agree. I don't think that's a scam at all.
Oh, those are fine.
That's fine.
I'm talking the 3 days before is a scam.
No, I see. I'm the opposite. I feel like the indie companies can be a scam, and the 3 days before isn't.
You see, true pony. He just wants to pay for everything.
Yeah.
When are you going to learn to pay for stuff that doesn't necessarily make it better?
I know, but still. But yeah, as Susano said, that's advanced access. It's not early access. It's not like Doom, which had a. Oh, I still found that funny that I saw that before they updated it. Where Doom, I don't know if you saw on Steam, where Doom updated the day and date wrong when they announced that when they announced the date of Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the new one.
Steam
updated wrong. Yeah, Steam updated it wrong and didn't actually change the date of release. It still said December. So when you looked at it, when it said 3 days, normally it says 3 days early access, right? Because that's how much it is. It's a couple of days early access if you pre-order. Yeah, if you pay extra or whatever it was. It said 6 months early access to Doom if you because they hadn't changed the actual date. So they added the pre-order, but it just said 6 months. Buy now to get 6 months early access to Doom.
Yeah, but Susano, it's early access. It's not advanced access. Everyone calls it early access. The industry defines it as early access. You're accessing it early.
Advanced access would be a better term, in my opinion, though.
Maybe.
I think that's a cooler term.
But it's not advanced.
Yeah. But the issue...
this ain't no Radeon 3200.
So...
Nokia.
Are you against early access for MMOs, then? Because Fantasy 14 gives early access to, like, the MMO expansions.
I'm not against early access in itself.
But that's just the same as this, because
but if I'm paying
access only a couple of days.
If I'm paying for day and date, I expect day and date.
Day and date release day? Technically.
No. Day and date means I get to play it as soon as it's available. There's no moving that. I know you ponies are used to moving that goalpost. It's like second nature to you now. But nah, it's day and date means day and date to me.
That's what I'm saying, Bullet, though. Like, anything that's early access like that, where you're like, yeah. Is early access for MMOs pay to win? I guess kind of Leaf Storm, but trust me. When they say early access, when it comes to MMOs, 99% of the player base has the. It's not. It's just day one, really. Like I can't name a single person that plays like Fantasy 14 that doesn't get the early access. Everyone gets early access.
Susanna, thank you for that $3.33. Fully endorsing Monster Hunter Wilds now. It looks good.
Yes, I can't wait. The beta goes live at 4 a.m. tonight.
Look, let's be realistic.
Morning, technically.
When you play an MMO and you get early access, you're beta testing the login queues.
Yeah, that's what it is. And if the servers crash, they'd be like, "Oh no, but it's technically release day."
You're just beta testing the login queues, or Railbarn Savage, or something.
He's got that TikTok impatience since he can't wait a few days. I mean, I don't know. It depends on the game. For me,
I don't know. For me, like, when it comes. I don't mind early access if it's like a purchased game, but when it comes to, if you're going to tell me that I'm playing a day and date, I expect to play it day one. And if it's available 5 days earlier, the 5 days earlier is day one.
I've seen Game Pass. I've had the idea that Game Pass would do this for the longest time.
Oh, they've done it from the very beginning. They always do it.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's a good thing. Chille's got the TikTok impatience. Damn straight. Damn pony. So I gotta ask, Chille.
Yeah.
Why ain't no one talking about those PlayStation layoffs?
Yeah, there's quite a lot of them, haven't they? That they got rid of basically an entire studio, right?
Yeah. Like, why ain't anyone talking about it though? It's like that shit got that shit got put under. I mean, not even Nibs is talking about it. Nibs just disappeared. He just went. That dude just flew off to Dubai, so he doesn't have to deal with it. I ain't even joking. He's in Dubai right now. That dude saw this coming and he was like, you know what? I don't want to report on bad news on PlayStation. My chat GBT ain't happening today. I'm flying to Dubai. I don't have to deal with it. By the time I come back, I hope it's done and dusted and I don't have to shit on PlayStation.
What was worse is that they laid off a load of people and then technically not really hired more people that do the same job because they announced that they've got a partnership with SN, right?
Yeah.
Which I thought was already part of. I thought they were already part of Sony family anyway.
But come on.
So,
my dude flew to Dubai just so he wouldn't have to report on this story. Love you, Nibs. I don't actually know if he flew off to Dubai for that reason. I just think he went for a holiday, but the timing is amazing, right? So most of my team was just laid off.
11 days there was a load of layoffs. So.
But didn't Sony just enjoy an increase in their share prices?
Now they're getting more, I guess. But yeah.
Is this how is this what happens? They axe the staff and then they go, right, share prices are going up. That's how it works. It's like, you guys need to reduce your outgoing. Guillotine! There you go. Now let that share price go up. I mean, in all seriousness, it's sad that people have lost their jobs.
Yeah, it sucks.
But, industries. I think it's slowing down, though.
Why do they need to hire people when Microsoft is just releasing everything for them anyway? I'm sorry.
What's that?
Did you not hear me?
No.
Or were you just joking?
I did not hear you.
Okay.
You was quiet.
I do wonder if my laptop's having issues with the microphone.
But
no,
I can hear you.
Not. Okay. Yeah, it's a shame. Woodpit heard me. But no, it sucks at what Sony's doing.
Cost eliminated. That's cold.
Why don't they fire everyone with that logic? Just keep the hardware team. Don't give them ideas, Bullets. Don't give them ideas. Nah, because we still need some games, right?
What games are you gonna have? Here's a question for you.
Ghost of Utah, which I'm not that hyped for.
Do you feel, since Microsoft's changing strategy, going multiplat, over the last year or so, I'd say. But, yeah. I mean, over the last year, they weren't quite aggressive. They pivoted quite aggressively. So let's just say last year or two. Have you felt, as a PlayStation fan, that Sony's fire has been extinguished in terms of releasing first-party games?
I don't know if you saw I replied to you ages ago on Twitter with a massive response. I can't remember what exactly it was you said. But I feel like if this was any other gen, if Sony had been the way it has been this generation, I feel like this would have been one of the first ones they would have easily lost. I feel like this could have easily been Microsoft generation if Sony had acted the way it has this entire gen, with all the mistakes they've made and all the problems that they've caused. I feel like this was Microsoft's generation to win. And it really sucks that, as much as I joke about the games coming to other consoles, And I know it's been Microsoft's plan for years, but it just, I don't know. As a Sony fanboy myself, I feel like this gen has been one of their worst. Like, this is probably the same level as the start of the PS3. Because the start of the PS3 sucked as well. So, like, this feels like the start of the PS3, but like the entire generation. And I don't know why I guess I'm hyped for Wolverine. I guess, Marathon, but so far there's not exactly a huge amount of games that Sony are coming up with. Looking forward to.
But would you attribute that, like, their lack of games to competition?
Yeah, there's no competition. Why push why push when everyone is just releasing stuff on it for you? You've got less competition, so therefore you've got less reason to push yourself and do better.
See, I agree. And that is what I was afraid of. Competition being sucky.
Yeah. Because even Nintendo, let's just say Nintendo comes out and has the greatest games of all time. Nintendo's never competition for Sony, really, in my opinion.
Nintendo's
not because like Sony's above it, but it's because Nintendo is Nintendo. People will buy Nintendo games because they like Nintendo games. I will buy a Nintendo console because I love Pokemon. That is Nintendo for me. I know that people will buy Nintendo consoles because they like Mario games. I know Sony doesn't have that brand anymore where people will buy a PlayStation. And I had this rant in, I don't know was it one of your YouTube videos? But I'm like, I feel like in my opinion, one of the only reasons why the PS5 is even doing half as well as it's doing is because people are buying next-gen consoles. Seeing that the Xbox games are coming to PlayStation, and they're buying PlayStation mainly because they had a PS4, and they're buying the PS5 because their account transfers over to the PS5, so that they've got their previous games from the PS4 era already on the PS5. So they've got the reason why I have an Android. When I get a new phone, it's going to be Android. When I get another phone, it's going to be Android because the ecosystem moves along with me. And Xbox players will be doing the same, hopefully, with the next Xbox. But like, now that Xbox is releasing their games on PlayStation, they've got less reason to try and buy like, you have less, like, some people will buy the main system at launch. I will buy the PlayStation at launch, and then maybe if there's games on the Xbox I want, there's a chance that I'll buy an Xbox. But now that things are coming over to PlayStation, there's less reasons for me to buy that second system.
But Phil Spencer is saying that by putting it onto PlayStation, that will entice you to come over to Xbox.
Why? Why would I be? Why have I got reason?
Freaking no! That's why I'm asking. I've got an Xbox. So
I have noticed that unless they're like 5 years in, they'll be like, okay, so you really enjoyed Forza Horizon 5, 6, and there's the motorsport one in between them, right? Because you have like Horizon, right, and then you have the other one, and then you have Horizon again, right? They switch between the two, right?
Yeah, but will that still entice you to go to Xbox?
I mean, if I'm enjoying it and then they're like, sorry, number 9 is Xbox only, then maybe I'd be more tempted, but that'd be kind of mean.
No, that's not what they're doing. They're saying come over to Xbox and get it on Game Pass. That's their hook. That's their hook. That is their hook. Grey Wolf, Steam is going to be on the next Xbox. Yeah. Phil pretty much confirmed that with his no answer. He didn't even sugarcoat it or try to avoid it. He just laughed, and that was it. That pretty much confirms that it's coming. Because the next Xbox is just a mid-spec PC with a Xbox UI.
Okay, do you think the rumored Steam console that people keep talking about recently, because there's been like, oh, Steam is... What do you think it's just the Xbox?
Say that again?
Like there's been. I don't know if you've seen the rumors that
I've
Steam
seen the
making
rumors
a
about
game
this new
console.
Steam console. Yeah.
What if it's just mixed messages and it's actually internally the new Xbox?
It won't be, for one reason. It's not going to run Steam OS.
We don't. We again. What if it's? We don't know everything about it. There's rumors that there's going to be a Steam console. What if it's not even real?
Steam OS isn't thing. The problem with Steam OS is that it can't play everything.
No, because it's Linux based and therefore anti-cheat is blocked. So
exactly. I know they're working on the. I mean, Valve have been working on a solution for this for a number of years now.
I'm just saying, like, what if the actual console itself is not really real when it's actually just a confusion mixed message between Steam and Microsoft that has come out, and it's actually they're discussing internally about the Xbox running Steam, and because they're talking about Xbox running Steam, someone's run with it with the Steam box.
I see what you're doing there with the whole box thing, but I don't think so. I mean, what I do see happening over the next 12 months,
because I really feel like Steam console will flop.
It's going to flop hard. It's going to flop hard. Mainly because the games of anti-cheat, which is a lot of the games, people play a lot of these free-to-play games, like Apex and whatnot. And I don't know if Apex uses the anti-cheat, but a lot of these games do. Like the Genshin Impact and stuff like that. And you can't play them. You can't run them because it doesn't run anti-cheat. Even on the Steam Deck, I have to go, you have to go around so many hoops in order to actually get it to work. You got to run a specific Proton, and then you got to download a kind of launcher that basically spoofs the anti-cheat, which can get you banned as well because you're spoofing it in order just to get it working. I've seen people's accounts getting banned as well from that spoof once they get caught. So I don't think that's going to be right. But what I do see happening is something Gabe said a few years ago when he said that he has no problem and is actually excited for Game Pass to be integrated into Steam.
That'd be cool.
And so any game that you've got on that's through Game Pass, you'll be able to launch through Steam. And I know a lot of people are going to say, why would Gabe do that? Right? Why would Gabe allow Game Pass to be integrated into Steam? And my question is, why wouldn't he? Just think about it, right? Just think about it logically. Right now, as an Xbox customer only, you don't use Steam. But if it gets integrated into Steam, and now you've got an incentive to go check it out because you can play your Game Pass games there as well with full cross-save capability, now they've just gained a potential customer to buy games off the Steam store. You wasn't going to buy a game off that Steam store anyway, right? You wasn't going to buy it. You had no interest. But now you've got the possibility of booting up that store, and there might be some cool games on the Steam sale that you like, and that's extra money they've just made that they wouldn't have made before. It's a nice way for Steam to just open the doors to more customers. Thoughts?
Sounds good in theory, but do you think there's going to be? Do you think they'll curate the games that will be on the Steam version of the Xbox on Xbox?
What do you mean curate?
Limit certain titles for not be playable on Xbox.
Oh, you mean if they put Steam over to Xbox? I mean, in my opinion, the next Xbox is just going to be a PC. It's going to be a Windows PC with an Xbox UI over it. And, it's going to run all your backwards compatibility stuff, which is what they're working on now. But it'll give you the option to install Epic Games, GOG, Steam, whatever the hell you like. I think you'll be able to sideload everything. So I don't think there'll be any restrictions.
If it's an official, I don't know. We'll see.
And it's all going to be above board as well. It's going to be, it's technically a PC, right? It's going to be a mid-spec £700 PC that they're going to subsidize with, the normal subsidies that they do. Controllers.
That's just the current gens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why isn't
Chris
Game
says if
Pass?
Gabe was being truthful, it probably just take time. It's illegally. It just takes time.
It takes time.
Yeah.
Everything has long logistics. Everything.
Yeah.
You know, things just don't happen overnight. Because don't forget, the Steam saves right now do not communicate with the Game Pass saves. They're different. And
Well,
so,
yeah, because it's a different SKU of the game as well, right?
yeah, it's a different SKU entirely. So they'd have to unify.
Yeah.
Right now, Indiana Jones is one of the only few games, that and Fallout 76, I know of, that actually does allow you cross-save between Steam and
that's
stuff.
one of my favorite one of their games. I love Fallout 76. So
What's there
I enjoyed
integrated?
Fallout.
Microsoft will buy Gabe out.
I mean, like if the Microsoft goes like, we'll give you 6 more yachts to add to your 6 yachts, then maybe. He has 6, right? Or is it 5? I don't know how many yachts. He has quite a few
14.
yachts.
John Garrissey tipped $2 through Super.
Well, either way, we'll add more yachts to your yacht collection.
Thank you for that $2, John Garrissey. I don't have to buy him out. The guy makes money just sitting there. But you can just see how much they can subsidize, right? Valve right now. Yeah. The Steam Deck at $350, you know, the lowest spec. That's crazy value. It's the same spec, just the hard drive and the screen is the only difference. You don't have the scratch resistant screen, and you don't have the the fat hard drives. I forgot what they're called now. M20, something like that.
No, that kind of sucks about the scratch resistant screen, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, but that's on the £600 one.
Still, that should be on all of them, in my opinion. OLED being a different model.
It's fine, $300, man. Come on, they have to cut costs somewhere.
I don't know. That's one of the costs I would not cut. That's one of the things I would. I don't know.
I mean, you look at the Asus ROG Ally or the standard Asus ROG or the Lenovo. They're like 600, 700, 800, 900 quid. Yeah. There's a big difference between the pricing.
Yeah, but there's also a big difference. Isn't there a big difference in the hardware?
Not that much.
Okay.
I mean, I know they're better, but
yeah,
not by much.
I mean, they should be. They came out later. Like, that'd be... I hate that... Of course they're going to be better. They came out after... They're not going to come out and be like, our system's worse. Remember that system from 5 years ago? It's worse now.
Oh, you mean like what PlayStation fans and ponies are doing right now? Oh, look! The PS5 Pro at double the value that just released last year runs it better than your console that released 5 years ago now at less than half the price.
By the way, spoilers for anyone watching this show, and they haven't announced them yet, but all the Microsoft games will be Pro-enhanced. Do you know why? Because Sony has them to do that by default. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be any much better than the original version, but it'll use some features that the Pro has. So therefore, they can slap the title Pro-enhanced. Even if it's only that there's one extra pixel.
He did that deliberately, didn't he, chat? We know he totally did that deliberately. He just wanted to. He just wanted to have that J-Dub moment right there.
Look, I just hate everyone being like, "Oh my god, it's Pro-enhanced. This is the best. It's Pro-enhanced." I'm like, of course it's Sony forces it, so of course it's going to be Pro-enhanced.
What do you think about what Steve said? Putting Steam on Xbox would be really dumb. Now, I get where he's coming from.
I mean, I think the only dumb move about would be the fact that Microsoft would probably lose the 30% per sale.
Yeah, they would. Well, potentially, I guess. I'd assume they'd have some sort of 20% to Gabe, 10% to Microsoft.
No, I would think that they would stick to the 30% to Steam, right?
Why?
Otherwise, then, because otherwise, then some PC. I think then otherwise the PC players will then complain that. No, I don't think that's going to happen.
But it's on the Xbox. It's not on PC.
Yeah, but then I still feel like people will then complain about why. Then companies will complain that why can't they give 20% to Steam on PC? There would be backlash over that.
But the total is still 30%.
Yeah.
The total of money going out is not changing. That 30% still remains the same. They're just sharing it.
Even if Steam took 10%, which I doubt they would, that's
Not
still
10,
10%
20.
more extra revenue.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
that's that's where I'm going.
No matter what, it's still extra revenue.
That's the point I was going to get at. So, that's
what I got from what you said.
Yeah, Microsoft will take that 10%. I mean, as far as Steam's concerned, they're looking at it and going, is 0% better or 20% better? Yeah. And they'll be like, do you know what? 20% sounds a lot better.
Is Microsoft going to be like? It depends on. Depends on how many
care.
Steam games that sell that aren't.
Honestly, right now, I don't think they care.
Will they be like, well, Indiana Jones is now only making 10% versus 30%?
It wouldn't, though. Indiana Jones is their game, so Indiana Jones would make 80%.
Oh yeah, true. Well,
it's only third-party games that they'd make less on if you buy it through Steam. But let's be realistic. Are you going to buy it through Steam if it's already available in the Xbox Store? With Play Anywhere? It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
So, it'll give you the choice on how you want to spend. But the first-party games, Microsoft will either take 100%, 0% with subscription, taking all the money, or 80%. Either way, when it comes to the first party games, they win. This is also why, it's going to be interesting because I want to know who they're buying this year. Now, my assumption this year is either going to be Sega or Capcom. Not Capcom, Square Enix. I think they're going to buy one of those two.
I don't think they'll buy anyone this year.
No, they will.
I really don't.
They do. They will.
Are you sure?
I'm almost certain they're going to buy someone. All of this move that they're doing now, going multiplat, completely destroying the console as a base. I mean, they're saying they're still going to have a console, and that's great. But I think everyone now can accept that as a platform, they don't really have a platform anymore. Their platform essentially is Game Pass. So if the regulators turn around and say, well, you're going to put a wall garden on there, no, they're not. They've made that perfectly clear by porting all their first-party games to their rival platform, right? So there's no wall garden anymore. So what will the regulators have to argue about? What are they going to say? Oh, you're going to withhold it from Stadia? We can't have that. Or are you going to withhold it from the Etch-a-Sketch? Or from Ouya?
Ouya?
Yeah, exactly. Like, who are they going to withhold it from? Microsoft has kind of gone forward in a way where after the whole bollocks that they went through with ABK and the fact that they were a platform, and essentially if they weren't a platform, that ABK deal would have went through so much easier. But because they are a platform, it caused the problem. They've essentially eliminated the platform. So, in terms of them going out and buying more stuff, it's open season. And as a Game Pass subscriber myself, that just means more games for me to put on the back catalogue and never play. But still, it's more games coming to Game Pass. And as an Xbox, if you're an Xbox fan and you still buy into their consoles and whatever, that's still Game Pass is the selling feature here. But I think they are going to buy more. I 100% believe it. This year they're going to announce another studio purchase because they want to bolster Game Pass.
I don't think it's going to be... they do, I really don't think it's going to be that big.
I don't think Square Enix is big anymore. Their market cap is what, 3 billion? 4 billion? Sega's like 2-3 billion? Yeah. They're not big. I mean, we refer to these companies as massive, but they're not.
I still don't think there'll be anything that big. At best, maybe Konami.
Mate, you're talking big. That's pocket change. Satya Nadella goes to the toilet, has a shit, and it's like, oh look, I've just made $1 billion.
True.
Guy drops a douche and goes, oh yeah, there goes $1 million. Let's go. Imagine getting paid while you sleep.
I forgot he has $1 million toilet paper.
Yeah. So I can see it. I can totally see it. And you know, those games will still be day and date on every other platform. But as an Xbox customer, you get a day one.
Yeah. But yeah, I really yeah. Just because of Japanese companies, we'll see.
They're not going to be a monopoly. Tencent wasn't a monopoly. Embracer wasn't a monopoly. Why would they be a monopoly? Embracer had more studios than Microsoft.
Yeah.
Didn't
Tencent
Embracer
has much more?
I know, but if you combine Tencent and Embracer, they have more than everyone else combined.
Yeah, they basically own the game company. They basically own a lot of the actual market.
So, Chris, if Tencent can do it and Embracer can do it, and they're not regarded as a monopoly because essentially they're releasing their games on every platform, Microsoft can do it because they don't have a platform anymore.
Yeah.
Wipes with $100 bills. See, Brick knows. I think Take-Two will be too big.
Yeah, no, Take-Two wouldn't sell.
Take-Two is literally twice the size of Microsoft. Yeah, in terms of software ownership. I'm sorry, studio ownership, yeah.
At least with Take-Two, though, you could hope that maybe Rockstar would actually release GTA on PC faster than a year.
I think they would. If they did that, it would be day and date everywhere.
Yeah, but they won't. GTA is coming a year later, by the way. It's not going to be day and date PC.
Or they could play it day one on PC.
On Game Pass.
Not Game Pass, but kind of through the cloud.
True.
Through the cloud, they can play it day one.
xCloud.
xCloud or whatever. Yeah.
Well, technically, then you've got what's called PlayStation, where you can load it up on the cloud on your PC.
Mate, they only do PS4 games.
No,
and they're taking those away. You guys are making so much money. You're taking those PS4 games away from those poor schmucks that can't afford games.
It'll be 2026, right? So
think of the children. Hey, you'll set him the right context.
Yeah, it was. That's 2026, right? When the PS4 games are removed.
But why? Why are you removing it from PS Plus? I mean, you're literally giving less value now to PS Plus.
Yeah, because I don't think they can add many more PS5 games to it, right? Because there's not that many PS5 games.
No, there isn't.
So it sucks. Maybe. I doubt it, but this is. I would say this is a pile of salt, but I don't think there's enough salt in the world for this to be real. But maybe it's because they're going to do day one games. No.
They will do on PC.
Yeah.
That's coming.
PC.
That's coming. You can see it from a mile away.
Well, yeah. Imagine if you have PlayStation Plus and you get day one games on PC because they come out a year later.
Just to clear something up, I've seen in chat. So with the Ubisoft cloud deal that's happened, that's being handled by a almost divested part. Well, it's a part of Ubisoft that doesn't really deal with the main cloud stuff. They've got like a separate section doing it. If Microsoft or anyone went to buy Ubisoft today, there's a clause in that contract that would basically divest that part of the company that deals with the xCloud contract, and they would be a standalone company with their own profit and loss and their own rules. So even if Microsoft or Sony or anyone went to buy Ubisoft, they can't actually touch that part of Ubisoft that has the contract. That
no,
would
it has its
divest.
own separate.
Yeah. So if they wanted to buy Ubisoft, that could be enough. I mean, that would be cheap, right? They're worth what, 40p now, right now?
Yeah, they could get. It'd be like you buy Square, and then you get Ubisoft for free.
Mate, you could go there and offer them a Subway, and then you'd probably take the Subway back because it's worth more. I'm joking, but
the flight to Ubisoft will cost you more than the stocks themselves.
Look, I've said it once, and I've said it again, and I'll say it again. Ubisoft crashing their price is deliberate.
Yeah,
it's
they did it so that
it's 100% deliberate. It is the greatest heist you'll ever see. It is deliberate. They are doing it deliberately to lower the price so they can buy it for cheap.
I'm excited for Shadows, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm excited for Shadows.
What? A pony? What? Excited for Shadows?
Yeah, I'm excited for the Assassin's Creed Shadows.
What about the dude in there? I thought you didn't want to play as the dude in there, and you was going to play. You know, the fact that they give you a choice to play as the female, you're going to, throw away your choice.
The dude in games. I always played the male character in the video game. Even in gacha games, I always play the male character.
Do you know what? I think 14 is the only game. 14 and 11 is the only games where, when I have been given a choice, I picked a dude. And in both games, I picked a Highlander. Probably because it just sounded cool. But everywhere else, I pick a female character.
And I always play the male character in every game because it's a representation of me. So. But by the way, I will add to this. I don't mind if a game has a female lead. I will still play it. Like, I don't care, really. But if I have a choice in character creation, I will always pick male. But I don't really care myself, really, to be honest. John Gray Chille is awesome. Thank you, John. You're awesome. This whole chat is awesome.
You see, Chille, I paid them well.
You should all like the stream. That's what you should do.
How's your channel going anyway? Last I saw you was over 100 subs, 120 subs, right?
122.
Nice.
The views have been down the last few days, but I've been not uploading as much because I've had a bit of a rough few weeks personally. So I couldn't really. I had to slow down on content because my personal life, I didn't want to affect the videos. So, but the views have been down a little bit. But I'm hoping I'll get them back up.
You will.
I've still got 8.4k views in the last week or so.
That's good. You will.
One of my videos has reached 2.5k views though, nearly.
Nice.
Which is crazy. But let's have a look. I'm gonna make a community post soon, thanking everyone again, because where is it? Yeah, we're 48,992 views. Once I hit 50,000 views, I'm gonna be like, we hit 50,000, and make a thank you. So yeah.
But yeah, man, if you're looking for Dragon Ball Z content, check him out.
Thank you.
Steve or Taz, if you're in chat, if you could put his link in chat, that would be great. I think Chille, you might be able to as well. Try it. If Nightbot gets angry at you, I'm not taking any responsibility.
We'll try. Let's see if I can.
Nightbot is a thing. But yeah, check him out, folks. Show him some love. But yeah. Oh no, man. Obviously, we can't go without talking about this. Final Fantasy XVI's Xbox release announcement is imminent, it's claimed. Everyone is calling Le Bollocks to this, but apparently it's from the same dude that said the whole slate of Xbox games are going to PlayStation. Although every PlayStation fan now is saying this is bollocks and Nate the Hate isn't reliable. He's only reliable when he's talking about Xbox and not PlayStation games. But apparently, 16 and 7 Remake could be announced sometime this year. Announced doesn't mean released, but announced.
I still don't. Okay, 16 maybe, but I still feel like Remake. Okay, Remake maybe I can believe, but I still feel like Rebirth might have issues with the Series S.
The Series S is a good machine, you know.
That's why I added the words "might."
It can make toast.
Like, but please understand, I don't say it's a bad machine, but like,
it can make toast.
Well, okay.
I'm just saying. It can make toast.
But I still want to say that Final Fantasy 7 will be next gen for Xbox. I feel like I know there's people want it now, and you should be able to experience the story. It's really good, in my opinion. I know a lot of people hated on Remake and Rebirth because it's slightly different than the original 7. By slightly, I mean quite a lot different than the original 7. So I know there's a lot of hate for 7 Remake and 7 Rebirth. As much as you see love online, there's also a lot of people that dislike it. I would rather... No, I know you're not joking.
You can make toast.
But I still would rather they wait until the next Xbox to release them. If you understand what I mean.
I want one of these. I'm going to end up buying one.
Yeah, I agree, Susano. 7's retailing makes sense. But I know there's a lot of people that don't like it. And yeah, Susano, I expect the third game to do worse than 1 and 2.
Thanks, Steve.
Am I even here? Hello?
You are. We're listening.
Okay.
I just thanked him for posting your link.
Ah, thanks. Thank you, Steve. But like, you understand why I feel like it should be next gen, right?
Which one?
Final Fantasy 7.
But the Series X is next gen.
No, Series X is current gen.
But why would Rebirth need to be next gen?
Because you've had to wait so many years for it to come out.
Yeah.
That most people would have bought it on PC or PlayStation. I would, and so sales are going to be Square are going to complain that there's going to be no sales, performance as well, but Square is going to complain about sales because not as many people are going to buy it.
But that's what happens.
I would rather them, but the thing is, I would rather them wait until the third game comes out and have it released as a complete edition on Xbox, and then have it come out not long after the PlayStation version. That's my view on it. I'd rather you have the ability to experience everything at once around the same time as when we experienced the new game. So that way, I know you'll be waiting longer for part 1 and part 2 then, but at least then it's going to be, your excuse is it's complete, and the third one will still be a fresh, because I'm guessing that the gap between part 3 and the port to Xbox and PC won't be anywhere as long as the Rebirth. We'll probably, by the way, this is based on completely nothing at all. And yeah, great, it'll be cross-gen. It'll be PS5 and PS6. And this will be the Xbox Series X and Xbox, whatever the hell they call it. Steamy boy. So, like, let's just say 2026 the new Xbox comes out, because that's the rumor, right? Let's just say
2026.
2027 the PS6 comes out. Then like the end of 2027, Final Fantasy comes out in November on PS6, and it's PS5 and PS6. It's more a PS5 game, but has enhanced air quote features for the PS6. Enhanced air quote features for the PS6. Basically steady frame rate. And then the Xbox and PC version would be February of 2028. So 3 months after the PlayStation version.
missed him. I missed him.
That's my view.
Oh.
Yeah, they did sell Rebirth. They would sell Rebirth and Remake as a pack discount triple pack.
Huh?
For Part 3, or whatever the hell Part 3 is called.
Part 3 is going to be called Resistance.
Resistance Fall of Cloud.
Probably.
And I can't call it Reunion, which sucks, because that would have been fitting, but I can't because I did that for Yeah, also, yeah, depends on what. Doesn't work if next gen isn't out, yeah. To be fair, Susanna, what they could do is release the PS5 version of Part 3 in 2026 and then be like, do you want the upgraded version on the PS6? It'll be $10, please. Because they could also do that because that's free money. Because, yeah. So either way, I still feel like it'd be better to release the trilogy all at once on Xbox.
I don't know. What I can do is kind of release it at the same time.
They won't release at the same time. Sony will have that paid up until... Sony will have the trilogy paid up. You know that.
I don't know, I do. But there's always clauses for them to say in there that will prevent it, to stop it from being held down. If they said, our clause says that you need to sell collectively this many copies between Part 1 and Part 2, and they don't.
I don't think it's in there. I feel like Sony is... But remember, this is why it's stupid, though. I think it's also Square's part with this, because the clause is only 3 months. Sony only has an exclusivity period for 3 months, and even if they keep 3 months, it could be less. It could be only a month period next time, for all we know. But let's just say it's a 3-month period. Let's just say it's 3 months. It's Square's fault for releasing it a year later. They should have had the PC version day and day ready for after the 3 months, or soon after the 3-month period.
Do you know why no one is complaining about the PlayStation layoffs?
Because everyone's busy for Metal Gear Solid Delta, because that looks amazing.
Because apparently it's all restructuring. They didn't lay them off, they restructured the company. I swear, you guys...
Yeah.
You guys are special.
Well, yeah, because SN is basically, as I said earlier in the stream, SN is basically what they got rid of, right? And they moved everything over.
It's crazy.
I said that when you talked about the layoffs.
You guys. But apparently, Nibs did come out of the woodworks. Not to talk about. I'll come back to Metal Gear. He came out of woodworks to post this.
Like, what are we doing here? I mean, Avowed is obviously coming to PlayStation 5 at some point. I know you can't say anything, but just as a secret nod, Avowed is obviously coming to PlayStation 5 at some point. I know you can't say...
There you go. She's about to get fired.
I mean, Avowed is obviously coming to PlayStation 5 at some point. I know you can't say anything.
There's the secret nod. So there you have it. Avowed confirmed for PS5. It's a timed exclusive.
I mean, she didn't technically say anything.
Hey, look. That nod and that smile said it all.
Like, what are we doing here? I mean, Avowed is obviously coming to PlayStation 5 at some point. I know you can't say anything, but just as a...
See, look at it. She realized what she just did. Look at her face. Right here.
To PlayStation 5 at some point. I know you can't say anything.
Oh, shit. What the hell did I just say? I'm about to get fired.
Well, it would help if you show it. I can't see it.
I am showing it. It's just not catching up on stream. See, it's showing.
No, it wasn't even shown in Streamlabs.
Shh.
Now it is.
Just look at her smiling there. And now look at it.
Coming to PlayStation 5 at some point. I know you can't say anything.
It was at that moment she knew. She fucked up.
But just as a secret...
That's it. That face right there is... I'm sorry, Phil. I fucked up.
Yeah.
I was like,
I don't know. I also feel like it's a cheeky like grin, like, haha, you think so?
nah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Nah, I don't see that like that at all. That was like, hell yeah, baby. Oh shit, my job just got fired.
Yeah.
My job just went down the drain. Even breaks.
But yeah, Susanna says, I don't like pre-approved interviews, but that's why a lot of them have to be done. Like, that's why so many interviews, you have to send the questions first and then have them checked before you actually ask the questions.
You see? Did you see my video where I reacted to Paris's interview?
I don't think so, no. Sorry.
And I did one for Destin as well. And I mentioned in there, like, some of the questions might not have been asked, or, due to them being pre-approved, PR has to look at them, or sometimes even, people don't want to ask certain questions because,
Or they just don't think of them. Like, sometimes...
sometimes you won't ask that specific question because you want that interviewer to come back. You don't want to put them on the spot. That's a possibility. I didn't see that as me challenging someone's integrity.
Or sometimes you don't ask a question because you feel like the question is so simple that you expect someone else is probably going to ask the same question, so you don't ask it just in case that you're wasting the interviewer's time. Like, there's some questions like I feel like I don't want to ask because I know that it's going to be asked by so many people that it would just be the same information circulate.
You're joking, Kabini.
Are you hyped for Pokemon Day and for them to announce another sleep like at Pokemon Diet? Okay, the issue is, Leaf, I had to uninstall Pokemon Sleep because Pokemon Sleep kept telling me that I wasn't sleeping enough and that my Pokemon were ill. So, I had to unequip because they said I had minus sleep hours somehow.
So, this is taken from the PlayStation website, right? They accidentally leaked, well, not this one, but Sony accidentally leaked the release date on their store.
Yeah, because they released the trailer.
Right. And it's not going to say Xbox here. They're not Microsoft.
No.
Right? Nintendo wouldn't say...
Oh, not old Microsoft anyway. Not new Microsoft.
The new Microsoft will put everything. But Sony, they pretty much want to destroy everyone. So they're going to make sure as much as possible. But Dreamcast guy thinks that this is exclusive to PlayStation 5. Because it has...
No, it's on Xbox and probably Switch 2.
Mate,
and
I've
PC.
seen this announced on my Monopoly board.
Wasn't this announced on Xbox originally? Wasn't this an Xbox showcase?
Yeah, it was. It's even on my Monopoly game board. It says it's coming out to Monopoly.
Yeah. Look, I'm just happy that that Ape Escape is coming back. So that's
Is
peak.
it?
Yeah. Well, Ape add in the snake versus ape mode.
Ah. I thought you were talking about an actual...
No. No, but snake versus monkey is coming back in this version.
Nice.
So
this actually leads me
likes.
onto I'll give you one too. This actually leads me onto a segue question. And I think gaming habits have changed drastically over the last 20 years. Over the last 20, 30 years, where I used to, we used to see all sorts of games released. Creative games. What's that Locomotion game on the PS Vita? Like, it's so wacky, but it's such a good game.
Loco Roco?
Yeah, that's the one.
Something like that, right?
Yep. The one with the gyro controls. But you see all these like creative games like Viva Pinata on Xbox, which was a really good game for its time. But you don't see that anymore today. Do you think that the creative vision of these developers have just gone out the window and all they want to do is, just the tried and tested, make it look as good as possible, unless you're BioWare and you want to go out of business, then you can go a different route. But for everyone else, they kind of want to go down a set route and just release sequel after sequel because anything else just doesn't sell. Gamers just don't invest in new IP anymore. What do you reckon?
No. Yeah. Well, it doesn't help that so many live service games have been thrown into people's faces that a lot of people now have the games that they log in and play every day. Like, you've got, and for those like the other people that are more casual, they've got mobile gaming. Like, mobile gaming and free-to-play mobile titles have taken over the space of a lot of creative. There's a lot of creative stuff on mobile. Like, and there's a lot of creative stuff on Steam. But the price of gaming on console, it's not the fact that they don't want to be creative, it's just that it's too expensive to be creative. I think it's a cost factor more than anything.
Let's see. Is he really this dumb? I mean, I get the cost factor. I get the cost factor, right?
Yeah.
But I just don't think if Ape Escape came out today, or if a Banjo-Kazooie came out today, it would sell. I just don't think it would sell.
No. But I also feel like with those games, at least, that you brought up, the issue with those is it's been too long. Like, we know about them because we talk about gaming a lot. We pay attention to gaming. But the casual market, unless you're bringing something to the forefront that's new, I feel like those games you just brought up are way too old.
I mean, even Astrobot, sure, it sold 1.5 million copies. But you're looking at a user base of 70 million.
Yeah.
For a game that was released at a lower price point than normal retail. And Astrobot was a good game. I just think 1.5 million sales on your platform as a first-party exclusive, because to me, first-party games hold a different standing to third-party games.
But that's still quite a lot, though, really. For most companies, 1.5 million for first-party is still a lot.
Not first-party. I expect more. I hold first-party and third-party different in regards to sales.
See, I don't. Like, not... They're all competing against each other, so...
But it released cheaper.
Doesn't matter if it's a first-party or third...
It released cheaper.
That one did, sure, but not all first-party games are.
No, not all. But then you look at something like Spider-Man, and that sold like 11 million copies. God of War sold.
Again, that
Ragnarok
has the brand
sold,
IP.
But it's first-party.
Yeah, but that has Spider-Man.
Didn't Returnal hit like 5-6 million?
Spider-Man is literally the biggest.
Yeah, but didn't Returnal
IP
hit like
in
5-6
all
million?
Comics.
Starfield, which was released on PC and Game Pass, I think hit like 2 million concurrent players in early access, and that's basically all paid players.
1 million.
Is that all Returnal hit? See, I think that deserved more.
Yeah, I don't know. Last time, February 2022 was the last I saw. I don't know how many it's got to now, but like...
Clearly in those 2 years it sold like 14 million, you're just not aware of it.
Hey there, gamers. Dreamcast guy here.
Oh wait, I thought you sent me a clip. The actual... Do you have a timestamp for this? I don't want to watch the whole video. I just wanted to see the point where he
actually... his new teeth!
He needs a spit bucket, from what I've heard.
Okay, 2024, Returnal sold over 1.1 million copies.
There you go. See, I told you, 14 million.
But like, I don't know. 1.5. Yeah, as for one says, for a platform, 1.5 million is pretty good.
I don't think Astrobot is a niche title.
It's quite niche.
No. It's your mascot. How is that niche?
Sony wants it to be the mascot, doesn't mean it's going to be.
Okay, so some news. I didn't know what time it was starting, and I forgot to ask because someone said about the GTA 6 earning call, Take-Two earning calls. So apparently, GTA 6 is still scheduled for fall 2025. I don't believe it for a second.
I mean, just because it's scheduled doesn't mean it's going to happen.
I don't believe it for a second. Two 240 mark. But yeah, I don't believe that for a
Hey there,
second.
gamers. Dream.
All right, let's hear this out. Let's hear what he has to say.
August 2025, so very cool. August Solid 3 remake, which obviously is called Project Delta.
can't talk.
Apparently it's coming out on August 2025, so very cool. August 8th. Now this game is a PlayStation 5 exclusive, and additionally it actually has PlayStation 5 Pro enhancements, so extra good that Konami is.
I mean, I've told you now that that's default, but sure, why not?
Trailer for the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, which
I don't want to make
obviously is called Project
I know it's not
Delta.
his fault.
Apparently it's coming out on August 2025, so very cool. August.
Does it sound like a teleprompter at this point?
Ago. Somehow
I mean, he probably
the
has one of those
PlayStation
Elgato
Store
teleprompters.
published a very big trailer for the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, which obviously is called Project Delta. Apparently it's coming out.
I mean, even
on
the way he looks,
August
he looks like he's reading something.
2025, so very cool. August 8th. Now this game is a PlayStation 5 exclusive, and additionally it actually has PlayStation 5 Pro enhancements, so extra good that.
What a guy.
By the way, this is one of my favorite Metal Gear games, so I'm excited for this.
Big boss. Boss. I think that's the biggest news that came out.
The
What
fact
if
that Metal Gear leaked.
No, that GTA 6 is still on schedule for 2025. I call BS.
We'll see.
I call very much
I
BS.
mean, remember, everyone, that 2025 for companies also includes the first few months of 2026. So, I don't know when Take-Two's financial results are, things are, but some of them aren't till like what, May? April, May?
Ooh! Chille,
Yeah?
you should play this game.
Okay.
Dungeons of
Okay.
Hinterberg.
Never heard of it until now.
It's a good game.
Well, I'm currently playing through Dragon Quest for the first time.
It's not a big game.
My first ever.
So the synopsis for the game is that you're just this random person who is a workaholic, and you're forced to go and
Okay.
take a vacation at like a random German resort that's all about dungeons. And
Okay.
you start your dungeon crawling experience and picking up power-ups and working your way through. And it's got its own little side story that I don't know, I didn't find it very interesting, but the actual game itself is actually pretty solid, and it's pretty cheap as well. But it was on Xbox. So I think you should check it out. I think you'll enjoy this.
Sorry, Leaf said, why did he call it an Xbox exclusive when it was, PlayStation exclusive when it's an Xbox event? Because he's dumb, Leaf. He's dumb.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
the dentures got to him. So I think you'd enjoy this,
Why do
Chille.
people... I'll look into it. I'm getting Gravity Rush vibes from the graphics, at least. Like, when it comes to the graphics style.
Yeah, it's pretty much this is pretty much the in-game graphics, really.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I liked it a lot, and definitely won that.
Right, can we get a new Gravity Rush? That was a great game on.
Gravity Rush was awesome. Gravity Rush 1 was great. Gravity Rush 2, I think they kind of tried to make it too streamlined. And
1 was better than 2, but 2 was still good.
It was good. But I think 1 was way better.
Why do people want Rockstar to delay GTA 6? I don't want Rockstar to delay it, but I can't name a single Grand Theft Auto game that hasn't been delayed at least once. I think every game they've released has always had a delay.
Oh, let me show you something I got sent today.
The Gears Eat Day and Fable can release. I'm excited. I'm excited for Gears. I'm not gonna lie. Fable, we'll see.
So
I don't think they're done.
I
don't think they're done yet gaming.
So I'm gonna do an unboxing of this and a video on testing it out and seeing what it's like. This is a light gun that actually works on LCD TVs. So you can actually play your House of the Deads and your Time Crises and your whatnot.
Virtual Point Blank.
Cops. Yep, all of those games. Obviously, it's PC. It's for the PC.
Yeah.
Apparently, you can use it on Android as well, but I'm not sure why you would want to do that. But yeah, I was sent this today to test out.
I mean, you could plug your Android into your TV and then play the game on your phone, I guess, right?
I guess. But I'm hoping it's going to be good and it's going to register correctly. And I can see myself having a lot of fun with that. Like, I've missed a good light gun game. And if it works, happy days.
Woodpit says they should remake Duck Hunt. Talk about remakes. I'm sorry about this. I know this is a pro Xbox. I'm excited for Age of Mythology coming to PlayStation, but I'm more excited for the Age of Empires and Mythology coming to Switch 2, because of the rumored mouse built into the Switch 2. I feel like that wouldn't make those games really good. So yeah, and Mythology is probably the only Age of Empires game that I enjoyed. So.
Also, just to clear something up with that, I've seen a lot of people saying, ha ha, PlayStation gets Pillars as early access and Xbox doesn't. That is not the case.
I was going to say, I thought Sony was even against early access games. So that's a surpriser.
If you buy the premium version of any platform, you get it early. You get to play it early. That's it. PlayStation gets it 5 days early, up to 5 days early, and Xbox and PC get it up to 7 days early. I like how they now say up to 7 days or up to 5 days, because you might get none.
Yeah, because the servers might crash.
Yeah.
Grey Wolf says, "Why would you brag about that? Brag about what? Sorry."
What's that?
And I would agree with Woodpit that they should remake Duck Hunt.
Why would I brag about what? Oh, the early access. Well, the notion was that PlayStation was now getting games before Xbox fans. The way it's actually worded on the website, it makes it sound like early access is only for PlayStation customers and Xbox customers don't get early access. And considering it's a Microsoft game, if that was actually the case, I don't care on what mountain of copium
DLC
you understand. That would be wrong.
Wait, what? Pillars of what then? Sorry, what are you talking about exactly? Which game?
Retold. Age of Mythology.
Oh, for some reason when you said Pillars, my brain went straight to Path of Exile. I don't know why it's not even called Pillars. Okay. I'll be honest, I thought Mythology was already out on Xbox. Not gonna lie.
It is.
Oh, okay.
But the new DLC isn't. Because it's not released yet.
Now, the early access to DLC, I don't. Unless it's a full expansion, I don't feel that that's a great thing. Like, I find it weird that Sparking Zero, the Dragon Ball game, if you bought the Ultimate Edition, the DLC is 72 hours early. So you get the characters 72 hours earlier than everyone else. And I don't like that. I think that's bad. Yeah, all the DLC is early access. But it was funny because they actually added a new mode. But they're like, oh, but the new mode won't be in the early access. But they didn't promote the fact that the new mode was separate until, like, after the early access came out. So everyone's like, why can't we play the new mode? And they're like, oh, it's in 2 days.
Where is it? Here it is. So people read this. PlayStation 5 bonus. Get the premium edition for 5-day early access starting February 27th. Access the new Immortal Pillars expansion and much more. And so when people saw this on the Age of Empires website as a PS5 bonus, everyone ran off on the notion that they're getting it. It's exclusive to PlayStation, that 5 days early access. But it's not. It's just a premium edition that everyone has. But the way it's worded... I mean,
technically, the 5 days is okay, because you just said 7 days for Xbox, right?
I mean, that's what it says on the website, but I don't think that's the case.
I'm going to say, because then technically, the 5 days is exclusive to PlayStation. We get worse. We get exclusive early access for less time. That's our exclusivity.
Yeah, great. That's why they were bragging about it, because the way this makes it sound like, which, if anyone's reading this, it does sound like that PlayStation is exclusively getting 5 days early access. It's a PlayStation 5 bonus.
No, but it's
just badly worded.
Yeah.
But this was running around social media for the best part of like an hour.
I didn't even know the date of the Age of Empires, which sucks. Well, I'm not buying it. It seems
4th.
I'm gonna be busy with Monster Hunter. So, no Age of Empires for me.
See, this is what first party games should sell.
No first party game unless it's bundled with the system is ever going to sell that. The closest is Mario Kart.
That sold 70 or 80 million copies, but that's with the Wii U as well. But although the Wii U only had like 6 million copies.
This is over how many generations though?
Since the PS3, right? Or is it?
Yeah. PS3, PS4, and PS5.
I know, but come
PS3, PS4, PS5,
that is
Xbox
still
One,
210
Xbox Series S,
million.
Divided by a bajillion, and 205 million of those are people rebuying the game because they got their account banned.
Okay, but let's look at it this way. I know you're saying it's over 3 generations.
3 generations.
But can you imagine any other game selling that many copies over 3 generations?
No, not really.
Outside of Halo, because obviously Halo would.
I don't even think Halo would.
Halo can't even sell 3 copies. I was just being pedantic.
No, I'm just saying, like, okay, are we talking like Halo if it was multi-platform?
I'm talking Halo today.
Like,
I don't know
Halo...
what they've done with. They had a franchise and they buried it.
Because if you're telling me that, no, I'm not even going to count PlayStation, by the way. You know I'm a PlayStation fanboy. If you're saying that Halo, if they released Halo 5 Halo Infinite on the Xbox 360
was
for
gonna
some
say.
reason. Xbox One and Xbox Series S, but also released it on PC at the same time on all three systems.
I still don't think you would have got
Well-
210 million. I still
No,
don't
but
see
I think
210 million.
I think it'd be close to 100.
Okay, but that's nowhere near 210.
It's more than what it has, and 100 would still be a crazy number.
Honestly, this reminds me of like the Nintendites.
Nintendogs?
No, I call the Nintendo fans Nintendites, like from Evil Dead.
Can we get Nintendogs though again? I like that. That was a good game.
But like, every household is like 7 Switches,
Yeah.
a different color for
You need a
every
switch
room.
for every room. You need a switch from the bedroom, the toilet, the kitchen, the front room.
Yep.
The worst part is that that's what Microsoft wants, though. That's kind of what they want for Xbox. But they don't care about you buying the hardware. They just want Microsoft in every room via different devices. So, although technically you'll have your TV, which will have Game Pass. You'll have your console, which will have Game Pass. You'll have your handheld in the toilet, which will have Game Pass. And I don't know, maybe you'll have your smart fridge that'll have Game Pass. Play Pong on your fridge via xCloud.
Hey, CBH. Hey, chat. Actually, something that I saw recently said on social media. Now that we're talking about the Switch, and Chille, I know you agreed with this as well.
Before we
I
move
saw
on, Susanna says you can buy the online bits separate from the base game. Supposedly, also the launch of GTA 6. I've heard rumors that they're planning to split the online and single player, and online is going to be cheaper than single player. So you can buy. I think they said that. So you can buy the single player, or you can buy a bundle of the single player and online. So my guess is the $100 thing will be a bundle of online and single player. Online will be £40, single player will be £60, and then you can buy them together for 100 or whatever, or might be something actually maybe 90. But yeah, so yeah, be interested to see if they do that, and how many. I'll be interested to see how many people buy the single player versus the online. I feel like there'll be a spike at launch of the single player, but online will slaughter the hell out the online for the single player for sales.
I think so. Online is way more popular.
Yeah, but single player will. I think people will report that single player is doing better than online, because single player will probably have a higher launch spike. If you understand what I mean. So yeah. Anyway, Switch 2.
I forgot what I was going to say. Nope. Did I say Switch 2?
Well, you said Switch, at least. You said Nintendo. I think.
Nah, it's completely gone. It's gone. Poof.
You said, Chille, you agreed with me, and then...
That's right. Now I remember. See? That's what you had to say. You agreed with me. See,
the problem is, though, I agree with a lot of what you say, so...
but when I hear those magic words, that's it. It all comes back to me. So something we saw on social media was regarding scalpers, and obviously with the 5090 graphics cards, much to Steve's delight, the 5090 cards were swept up and put back on sale at record prices, even though it's probably not worth it.
Chaos, you can spend $3,000 to buy a picture of a 5090.
I can't believe people bought that. That's crazy. But one suggestion that came up to stop scalping, which I actually think is a really good way of doing it,
I hope the person is really smart and intelligent.
Was that the Switch 2 will be available initially to those people who have subscribed to Nintendo's online for a set duration period of time. So you basically put your gamer tag in, or whatever they use on Switch, and if you've been subscribed to their PlayStation Network for not PlayStation Network, Nintendo Network for say 6 months, for 6 months, then you'll be eligible to pre-order it. If not, then you can't do it. And at that point, there's no way Scalpers can actually, get ahead of that. At least for the first time. They'll have to get creative with different ways. But what do you think of that? I think that's actually quite smart.
Yeah, I think it's a smart idea. This was my tweet, right?
Was it your tweet?
This sounds exactly what I said.
I don't know. I just remember reading it.
This was what I tweeted out.
It just sounds like it sounds a lot smarter coming from me.
Because then the Square Enix representative responded, because I responded to him, right? Because he said about I wonder how they're going to. It's just Dibs, right? He said, I wonder how they're going to fight this with Scalpers, because he was quote retweeting someone. And then I responded with, well, maybe you'll need a set account for so long with Nintendo, and then they'll allow pre-orders. And he said, that was a good idea. And then you responded with, yes, that was a good idea.
You see? The fact that I responded made it a good idea.
Won't Scalpers just make multiple accounts? That's been great. It would be so that you would need the account. The account has to have a certain age. Like, it wouldn't matter if you make multiple accounts. They would have to make multiple accounts in the past.
Yeah. So unless they've got a DeLorean, they can make 1 million accounts right now with, Nintendo Online Service accounts as well. It doesn't matter unless they've got a DeLorean where they can go back in time and retrospect that date or hack into Nintendo servers. It won't make a difference. And then in 15 years' time when they release the Switch free, then they can come up with a different idea and the duration of you owning the console.
Nintendo accounts, so I can get 4. Yeah, but that you would still need to do it though.
Yeah.
It's still harder than just clicking a button. Think you had to tie a console to the account for them to be legit? Probably yes. Yeah. So yeah, and by the way, I would clarify. I don't think when I said that, I didn't mean a premium membership. I just meant have the account itself for a certain age. But I would also probably say that premium is probably the best idea.
I just think it's
6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that works.
What can I say? I tweet 1,000 times a day, and I finally made one good tweet. The broken clock is correct twice a day, and so forth.
I mean, technically, you was insecure about it until I said it was a good idea, and then you kind of reaffirmed it. So, I think we can agree that this was my idea. I mean, chat, whose idea was it? Mine, because I said it was a great idea. It would actually work. Or Chille's?
For tweeting out the idea.
That's so immaterial in this whole conversation.
That'd be like one of those reactor channels where they react to something and then copyright them because now it's their channel content.
See?
Ate too much, my brain isn't functioning enough at the moment. What did you eat, Sasano? I'm jealous.
Space Marine 2 6.0 Data Vault update. Anyone here a Space Marine 2 fan? You're getting some content. PvP, PvE, and Battle Barrage. Ooh. PC users, you're getting a field of view slider. Just random that you didn't get one anyway. And you're getting emotes. Because everyone needs a bit of emotes.
I mean, I agree. I'm surprised that there's no POV slider on PC already. That's weird.
Yeah, it's a weird one, right? That one is a weird one. I had turkey drummers today.
I did pork belly that I roasted and a jacket potato with a ton of cheese. and then I've just finished the Monster Energy drink that I opened yesterday. So I don't like to drink the whole can.
I can't drink Monster. I can't do it.
I needed the energy. I did not get much sleep.
Oh no! If I drink Monster, I have severe stomach cramps. Like I will be very ill.
Okay.
Like I don't know what it is.
Oh, that
I
sucks.
can drink any other energy drink, Red Bull, you name it.
Yeah.
But if I drink Monster, I get insanely ill.
Weird.
I don't know what it is. But Microsoft is advertising, folks. Only in the USA, but they're advertising, folks.
Man, why does that look like it's been? I know the game is probably adverts not been out for that long, but why does that advert like it's been there for 30 years and it's been in the sun the entire time?
It's been washed out, right?
Yeah.
Hey, look, you're gonna forge your destiny, Chille.
Nice.
Or just wait for it to come to PS5 because the
I can't read that.
Huh?
Like, thank you. You told me that because I can't read that at all.
Really?
Really?
But chat will see that I have my new glasses.
No, but no. I can see the words. I can see the letters, but like because the coloring and the fading out, it blends in too much with the background too much. Like.
So
like that is poorly done words.
So I get what the Forge of Destiny. So the whole point.
Yeah, it needs to be more. It needs to be brighter, and it needs to stand out more from the background.
So this would fail WCAG 3.0, right? WCAG 3, this would fail. This would probably pass WCAG A, but it wouldn't pass the AA 3.0, which is essentially the accessibility standard. You wouldn't put light text on light backgrounds, and I can see what they've done here. They've kind of tried to shadow it with I'd say that's about maybe 2 or 3 px black outline on the text to make it kind of stand out. You can also see from the way it's actually done with the way the black is on there, it's also inverted rather than extroverted, so it's kind of trying to push it in and pop it out. But it didn't work. So this,
also, who decided that the Obsidian tile, which is in white text, should be on the white clouds?
And look, I've seen that happen in so many video games right now, where they put white text on a white background. It's crazy. Like that's some genius level, IQ level skill set right there.
And yeah, someone said, Susano said, why is there no Xbox logo?
Because they don't promote Xbox anymore.
Where's there no Microsoft logo?
They don't promote Microsoft no more. They just promote the game. There is other ones. Okay, like this one over here. There's your Xbox logo.
Okay, so it's there. It's just tiny out of the way in this picture. Yeah, see, that makes it worse. Like Avowed, I can see that just fine, but okay, I can see Forge of Destiny's a little bit better.
I don't know. This just looks so. Like they put billboard on top of a billboard, and they said, this is where we're spending all our money. I can confirm though, like legit confirm. We are one of the agencies that actually do a lot of Microsoft advertising in the UK.
Yeah.
The company I work for, and we got.
Did you
nothing.
get £70 this time?
We got nothing. No, Microsoft didn't advertise at all.
You get £70 in the Cadbury's egg.
Oh, really?
No, I'm just guessing.
No, but we got there was nothing. They didn't come to us at all with any marketing for this game at all in the UK.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember which video it was recently where I was watching where you talked about the fact that one of their games recently, they came in with so little budget that you basically did it for free.
Yeah, it was Hellblade 2.
Yeah.
Hellblade 2, they came in.
Hey, Talos.
Hey, Talos, how's it going, buddy? So we had to build a website for the Surface page for them. And we also had to, at the same time, do the Hellblade 2 banners for them. And they were just static banners that they were going to put around on the websites and stuff. But the amount that they actually gave us to do it, we overburned after like 3 days with just meetings on how we're going to, before even creative even looked at it. But we just did it because it was a quick job. And obviously they want to keep Microsoft happy for future work. But in terms of like advertising, I do believe when they said, you know, they're closed for business in the UK, they're closed for business. I don't see anything from Microsoft in the UK.
Like, it's a shame because they used to have. Didn't UK used to be Microsoft's second biggest country?
It was. Like I've got friends working in other agencies as well that used to have dealings with Microsoft for marketing. They don't even have Microsoft as a client no more. Like these are the top major digital agencies in the UK, and they've cut their ties because there's no work, and Microsoft just isn't. When it comes to their marketing contracts that they do for work, they're giving you peanuts. Like you overburn it within. They don't even pay for a solid developer for the project. They expect you just to do it like that because there might be, like they dangle the carrot and say there might be more work coming along, so you should do it for this price. You kind of get bit by that once. The second time, they're not going to buy it. But there is no investment, like, at all. Whereas if you go back, like, it would take, 6-7 years, we were doing so much work for Microsoft. From website takeovers to, the design lab stuff that you see online right now? And they had, a massive competition at one point. We did all of that. I did all the QAing for that.
Oh, well.
Lots of cool stuff. Like, we did a lot of work with Microsoft. Now, they just don't do any advertising in the UK at all. To the point where we don't even see them as a client anymore.
That's a shame.
They've just pulled out of the UK entirely. And that's my excuse for not receiving any game codes. They just don't like us British people anymore. How goes it, Talos? I mean, Microsoft are happy, right? Here are some work in progress shots of our massive... I guess it's work in progress? Out of home billboards going up in Hollywood. Well, that's not work in progress, is it? It's already out into public. What the fuck? It's going to be an unmissable quarter billboard that will show 4 different ways to forge your destiny in Avowed. But there is one thing that's true. Right? What is the return of investment on this?
Probably not a lot, to be honest.
What's the return of investment on banners?
You're talking physical or digital?
Digital banners that you see online.
Even I don't really click them. I don't know, to be honest.
Do you even see them with your ad blocker? Because ad blocker just gets rid of them.
Yeah.
And that's why this is part of the reason why one of the reasons why Microsoft downsized their marketing budget. When we were talking to them, there's just they don't see enough return. If you want to get the real impact, you do what Sony does. Like the whole Spider-Man advertising or the God of War advertising, in which the Kratos' axe that was in the ground.
Yeah, that was cool. Viral marketing. Yeah.
But that was like a 5-minute walk from where I used to work. Well, where I do work, but I couldn't go because I started working from home at the time, due to health issues, which I still have. But that was literally 5 minutes from where I used to work. Shame I couldn't go and check it out. But like that sort of advertising is the only advertising I see that would work. Like the Genshin Impact pop-up shop that they did. People still talk about that. The Astrobot one, they talk about that. The one where, I think in New York, where Spider-Man took over the whole hospital kind of thing. People still talk about that. But you need to do an extravagant, like the Final Fantasy Aetheryte. The one that they erected in
cool.
King's Cross.
Yeah.
You know,
I went to that in London.
This is the sort of advertising, in my opinion, that does work. These sort of advertisings don't give you any return because no one talks about it. No one even looks at it when you're driving in the highway.
They're not advertised, but I'm still annoyed that the Final Fantasy 14 chips are not safe. I wanted them. Damn it. You seen the new Final Fantasy 14 tortilla chips that are coming out in Japan?
No.
Yeah, they've got some. I bought the last set of crisps that they released, but they've released some new tortilla Final Fantasy 14 branded snacks in Japan. I bought the previous ones years ago because they brought out crisps, but like, what would be the rest of the sender? I'm gonna send it on Discord if that's okay. Yeah.
This is another thing, right? What Sappho is saying. Where's Game Pass?
That's true. Where is Game Pass?
Where's Game Pass? How do you expect to sell your product if you don't let people know? It's crazy because I was speaking to a Steam user last week, I think it was. And he had never heard of Game Pass.
Wow.
He's a casual gamer that generally just plays indie games, the occasional when Steam games go on sale. He doesn't buy anything brand new. Like he doesn't buy day and date games. He'll just go jump on, and if there's something that he likes, he'll pick it up and play it, whatever. But he's like the super normie that you do. And I had to actually explain
that's the average
gamer. Yeah, but I had to explain to him what Game Pass was. That's how you know that Game Pass as a brand in terms of exposure has failed. I mean, on PC, it should be a no-brainer to sell at $10 a month.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, on Xbox, I get it, it's $15-20, depending on whether in the US or the UK. But for $10 a month, that is a no-brainer. And people don't even know about it. How are you supposed to sell it if people don't know about it? He just goes onto Steam, sets a certain price point, and then just has a browse on the sales on what he wants. That's it. He doesn't really look online.
He'll probably have certain types of games that he likes, and he probably just looks based on that and price.
Yeah.
Like he probably maybe likes platformers, so he looks for anything that's a platformer that's $10 or more or less, or whatever price. I don't know what price he looks for. Yeah.
You can't wait for them to advertise PlayStation games on Xbox. One day, man. I mean, I think Sony will eventually start sending games, but not until PS6.
The Sana says, if you're on Windows 11, you know... I've heard nothing but horror stories about Windows 11 so far.
I'm not
One
on
of the
Windows
YouTubers
11.
I watch, he updated his PC, and every time he makes a video now, it's late because of Windows 11.
Also, he's a Mac user.
And he makes a lot of videos. So
He uses a Mac demolisher. But I'm not upgrading to Windows 11. I'm waiting for Windows 12 and then going from 10 to 12.
But isn't Windows 10 end of service coming up soon?
Yeah, but you can pay for additional security per year.
Okay.
And where my brother works, he gets the licenses for me for free anyway. So
Nice. I feel like that's... I don't know. How long is Windows... I don't think it's been out that
this
long.
isn't none of those dodgy frees. This is legit license. You actually activate through Microsoft.
Oh, no. My God. Windows 10 is 10 years old.
Yeah, but it's still better than 11. I've heard way too many horror stories.
For some
for
reason,
11.
I don't remember 11. I don't remember 10 being that old. Do I have 11?
Diablo, I know you have 0 issues, but that's because you haven't hit the power button to put it on. You do need to actually switch the laptop on to see the issues.
I think I've run 11 actually. I think I have 11 installed.
I don't know. I mean, I use 11 on my work machine. Like, jokes aside, I have on my work laptop, I've had no problems with 11. I actually like the whole print screen and stuff that they've actually added to it. You don't need like a separate app or anything. You can cut and paste.
I have 11.
It's cool.
11.
I like, there are some nice things. I just don't want to migrate. Yes, strawberry. What? Hey, Bullets, you know what? With the way Microsoft treat me, they deserve it. At least Sony treats me good. Microsoft just gives me the middle finger. That's all I'm going to say.
But I am still hoping to get a PC this year because I want to upgrade from having a laptop. I've not had an actual PC in 20 years. The last time I had a PC was when Final Fantasy 11 came out. So.
Okay. Now, I'm just going to put this out there, right? Because I wanted to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2, right?
Yeah.
But I can see what Nintendo's doing here. Right? Clearly they're getting you used to, they're getting you acquainted with the G-spot.
Wait, what?
They're getting you properly acquainted with two-finger action.
Okay.
And eventually you'll upgrade to 3 fingers. What type of presentations are these? What the fuck? I can't be the only one that's seeing that. I can't be the only one that's seeing this. See? The chat is seeing it. I'm not the only one that is seeing this.
Maybe I'm just too pure, but I don't see that.
Yeah, I think you're a sweet summer child.
Like, I just see someone trying to showcase the mouse features.
Oh, they're showcasing it all right. They're showcasing that two-finger action really good.
Man, with how small my hands are, do you think I can fit Do you think I can fit 4 fingers?
Jesse, I guess you're gonna buy them now?
Yeah. I do. Okay, seeing this though does make me worry about someone with big hands.
But you do have to curl your fingers to reach. Oh no. That's all I needed. I hope this means something for him. Oh shit. I don't know. I thought it was quite funny.
Yeah, Mario Paint 2 confirmed. Finally, the sequel everyone's been waiting for.
But Nintendo Switch 2. There's a rumor going around that they may actually have xCloud on there.
That'd be cool.
How would that impact other platforms though? How would that challenge?
Why would it?
Well, I mean, if you're getting a bunch of Steam games on there anyway, and if you can use the browser, at that point you can use GeForce Now or whatever to play your games.
Yeah, because Switch already has a browser, right?
Yeah. So if the browser gets hardware support, right?
Yeah.
Then owning like a handheld PC outside of playing natively, of course.
Yeah.
The value starts to drop when you look at the Nintendo games as well.
Well, yeah, and I'd say this the bigger blow for the I don't think this will be a big blow for consoles, really, in my opinion.
Not
but
consoles, I mean
really
the handheld PCs.
Yeah. Like as I said, it'll be a major blow for Ally and Steam Deck and all that. When you've got your Nintendo exclusives legally, I'll add that legally because I see so many people be like, "What? Blah 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 blah." No, Nintendo games are Nintendo locked. I don't care what you say. That's what they are. That's where you play them. But yeah. Sony Square. You mean Square Leaf, right? Square making the Kingdom Hearts collection Cloud Annie on Switch was dumb. That's because the new one couldn't run right on Switch.
Which one?
Kingdom Hearts 3.
That had to be on cloud,
New
right? Because you couldn't run it.
Yeah. Resident Evil 7 came out on Switch, right? As cloud-based.
Yeah, it did.
Which was even worse because you couldn't buy it, technically. You could only rent it, right?
No, you could buy it.
At least I could, because I just remember the Japanese version where the Japanese version of the game, you could only buy a license to play it for a certain amount of time. Like, they only sold 30-day licenses. They didn't sell the game.
But yeah, I mean, what do you think the price of the Switch 2 is going to be?
$450.
You think 450? I'm hoping it's going to be 399.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to be $450, but it's going to bundle with something.
So, this is just something I've heard that, on Valentine's Day, obviously I've told you about Starfield. But
yeah.
Just something I've heard. This is just a rumor. This is, just take it with a tinfoil hat. But when Nintendo actually do their full unveiling of the Switch 2 in April, and they showcase their games, apparently Halo will make an appearance.
Probably. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked.
You're supposed to be shocked, man.
I mean,
you're supposed to be saying, "God damn it, Microsoft! God damn it, Phil! What are you doing?"
Why?
You just say it for the sake of saying it. You fake the outrage.
Aren't you supposed to, as the pony? Why am I supposed to be outraged about me being able to buy a game that I won't be able to buy before? Surely you, as the Xbox fan, should be the one that's the outrage.
No, I get it on Game Pass. I don't care. I don't pay for it.
Still, you should be the one that's more outraged than me.
No, but I'm
excited.
But it's not coming to PlayStation. It's coming to Switch.
Yeah, sure. Only Switch.
Yeah.
Only Switch and Android and iPhone. Actually, why haven't Microsoft started pushing Android and iPhone more? Feels like that'd be a good market for them to push.
But
even if it's just xCloud.
All right, okay. Let me show you something, right? Look.
Let
me show you something. No, this isn't it. Piss off.
Yeah, Sappho says, remember the Switch audience is the Japanese market and they don't play Halo. But I still think it's going to be promoted. Venture, I don't want to talk about it too much, but because it's still a great area. But if you back up your game, then I don't see an issue with it. If you personally backed up your game, like you did it, but if you get in any other way, that's when it becomes a different thing.
Well, Nintendo has come out and officially said that emulation is not piracy.
But if you download the game without purchasing it yourself, then it is, in my opinion.
You know what? Nintendo games. Go on.
Unless the game is not available to be purchased.
It's really weird because PlayStation games are pretty much go all digital, right? Xbox games are all digital. Nintendo games are the only ones that I would actually buy physical. I don't even know why.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. And if you look at the actual sales for Nintendo as of last year, I mean, these are the ones I brought with me before we came to this property. But if you look at Nintendo's actual sales, I think like 70 or 80% is physical sales as opposed to digital.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting, right? But this is what I wanted to show. I don't care what anyone says. That shit came out, I'm buying that day one.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not even ashamed to say it. That looked good.
I don't think I would.
That looked good. Chat, would you buy that?
I don't think I would.
Yeah, but you're not a Halo fan.
No, but I would buy it if it was a Switch 2. But I wouldn't want to purchase another Switch 1 with the next console coming.
Look, if it had a pony on there, licking salt and sugar cubes, you would be there day one. I know you would.
No. If it was a Final Fantasy one, I'd be tempted. Not gonna lie. But even then, budget-wise, I'd rather put the budget towards the Switch 2.
I know, but
because I don't have unlimited money.
I don't have unlimited money, but you know, I will find a way.
Right.
Because
most of that they could, because to be honest, they could sell all of that. Like the
looks
Joy-Cons
nice,
are just
man.
green.
I know, but that it's not just the green. It's got the UNSC logo and everything. Like that looked good. That looked good.
But they could literally sell the Joy-Con separately.
Like that looked good.
And then it looks good,
and that's all we need to know. It looked good. Even the dock looks good. Even the pouch looks good. Like, why the hell why isn't Xbox releasing limited edition consoles like this instead of doing goddamn effing stupid sweepstakes for their goddamn hardware?
Don't worry, they'll release this for one person. They'll
that stupid sweepstake, right?
Yeah.
This would sell like hotcakes. This would actually take, I reckon, Switch to that 160 million.
Yeah.
Release this, a Metroid limited edition version.
They should announce they just hit 150, right?
150, and then release 150 million limited edition memorial whatever BS Mario edition version. Those three alone, that will take it straight to 160, no problem.
Venturous, said, let me guess, what if you owned the Wii U version of Mario 3D and Zelda, would you buy the emulated Switch versions of them or buy the game? I would probably purchase them again. If there's okay, are you saying that it's 1-to-1? I don't know. But if there's any additional features in the Switch version that even if it's slightly better graphics or just a steadier frame rate, then yes, I would indeed purchase it again. I've done that multiple games. If I enjoy the game and I like the company, I would be happily support it by purchasing it again. And yes, Leaf says Pokemon ZA is probably going to take it over 160 million. Because the new Pokemon game is Switch 1. So. Hello?
I'm listening.
Okay.
Apparently, the road to Avowed is showing, if anyone wants to watch that for a little bit.
I will remind you that I do have a short amount of time tonight, so I will probably have to bounce in a little bit.
It's 10 o'clock anyway. But yeah, man. I don't know. Is it a trailer? No, it's an actual Twitch presentation.
But I just want to say thank you as always for having me on. I always enjoy it. Even if we argue sometimes, I enjoy chatting with you and I enjoy our discussions. And I enjoy the chat. Thank you, chat.
This
Seriously.
is Pillars of Eternity. They're not even playing Avowed. Why call it Road to Avowed? You suck. That's all I'm saying.
Road to Avowed.
No, I got debated. That's all I'm going to say. I thought it was something cool, and it is not.
Tyler says something about getting early access for Avowed. It's only $22. Nice. Avowed comes out on the 18th. And it's got a premium edition, which means it'll be the 13th, right? So that's only what? That's not long from now. Oh, I heard the word Avowed.
What donuts is all I'm going to say.
So, next Thursday.
Yeah, I don't know. I would actually... I don't know. I just feel indifferent about... Well, not indifferent. I just don't like... If I'm paying for Game Pass, I shouldn't have to pay more. It's just another way for them to monetize. And they know people are going to pay for it.
Because they can't... It's because they can't get rid... Even if they wanted to get rid of Day 1 on Game Pass, they can't now.
No, they can't.
They just can't. So they have to do this. This is the way they have to do. They can't get rid of Day 1, so they have to do stuff like this.
Do you think they'll ever stop Game Pass? Let's say, for example...
I mean, I don't want to say never.
Let's look at... Obviously, you can't say never, but let's look at this scenario. Forza Horizon 5 releases, and it sells an enormous amount on PlayStation. Like, I'm talking unprecedented amounts. Let's say 6-7 million.
I'm expecting... I feel that's a bit much, but...
No,
like,
I'm using an example.
I'm say 3 to 4... I'm going to say 3 to 4 million.
Right, but like... I'm using an example here. Because there's a method... There's a reason to the madness. Let's say, so Forza Horizon lands, it sells, 6-7 million. Then
and
you've
it might,
got...
because there's not a lot of many arcade games. Sorry,
no, there isn't.
Sorry.
Then Age of Mythology Retold lands, and it sells 30 copies, because no one's really interested in that. Then we move rapidly on to, say, Starfield, and say that sells 10 million.
Yeah.
Then Master Chief Collection drops, and that sells like 15 million. Then Gears of War E-Day drops in 2026, and that sells, I don't know, another 15 million. Will Microsoft even care about Game Pass at that point? Would they even bother looking at Game Pass as, well, we're selling this many copies over here. Do we need Game Pass? Do you reckon they would ever come to that conclusion, or do you think the money that they're getting from PlayStation will just fund Game Pass and they'll just look after their customers?
I feel like Game Pass will always exist just because it's just a good overall service for the customer base that they have, and Sony's the money they get from the money they get from Sony will just help fund it. But of course, again, as I said, I don't want to say never on it dying because, I don't know the future. Who knows? In 15 years' time, Microsoft might not exist. Maybe Apple will buy Microsoft, and then they call the iPass, for all we know. By the way, talk about someone's mentioned Gran Turismo 7. I do wonder how the free-to-play Gran Turismo is doing, because remember they released my first Gran Turismo recently.
By the way, I just want to point out, this wasn't me having a dig at Game Pass or anything like that. I was just creating a scenario to see,
it's a possible future.
As a possible future.
You're Doctor Strange in it.
Yeah, essentially. Because I like I said, I like Game Pass. Someone asked today, with all the games going to PlayStation, someone, I think it was Tibu or something like that on social media, asked, with all these games, if, Halo and stuff go to Game Pass, to PlayStation, am I going to stop subscribing to Game Pass? And I'm like, no, why would I do that? I'm
getting them for free on Game Pass.
I'm getting the games technically day and date. I'll say, like I've got a big
Legally,
bone
you're
to
getting
pick.
it day and date to
Like,
release date.
I got a bone
Legally,
to
you're
pick with
getting it
them.
day and date.
Yeah, but I'm getting it on Game Pass day one, and I'm playing it, and I'm happy. If I really liked the game, like I did with Starfield, I bought the collector's edition. I liked Indiana Jones, I've bought the collector's edition. And I guess this kind of segues into something else as well. On Tuesday and Wednesday, I kind of said I had some news. So the missus went to see a property today. This is how she lost her phone that I was telling you about earlier. So the property's okay. There's no more pleb internet there. The only drawback is the kids' schools. So we've got to talk to the council about that because basically my youngest is not going to be in school for 6 months. There's no schools there. And it's really far from where we are here. Yeah, I know.
Okay.
That's
almost worse than when I'm. How about this for bad? Right, this is 30 years ago when I moved up from London to Scarborough because we moved up when I was 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a school in the town I lived that we moved to that refused me to go because they refused to have someone with a nut allergy.
Ouch.
So I had to travel across the town to a different part of the town instead of half a mile, I had to go like 4 miles because the school refused to have anyone with a nut allergy in there. This was in the 90s, of course. They can't do that now, but yeah.
But yeah, so obviously the council's going to have to weigh in as well here about whether they want to offer us the place, knowing that if we go there, none of the schools are willing to take the kids because it's so late in the year. Yeah. So if they still say that we have to move, I will technically be moving within the next 7 days. And if that happens, you are probably going to see me offline until I've moved. But I'll have more news tomorrow. Well, if it happens, we'll know tomorrow. And then we're basically... If they turn around and say we don't care about the kids and you still have to move because we've offered you the place...
To be fair, with our government, I'm not going to be shocked if they don't say that.
I'm expecting them to say that. But if they say that, then this weekend we basically move. I mean, considering they told the missus, because 7 days to sort out beds and there's no property, right? There's no furniture.
Yeah.
And they just said, yeah, you can sleep on the floor. That's what the council representative said. You can sleep on the floor. That's not a problem. She was like, piss off. But basically tomorrow I find out for sure if we're moving or not, and if we are, then I'll probably be offline for about at least over the weekend, maybe Monday and Tuesday as well. Because the good thing is,
I'm sure you still have online access with your phone.
I'll have online access for my phone, but I'm talking about like in terms of videos and streams and stuff like that. But the internet over there, because there's a live connection already, because we've checked, it just needs an engineer to come around and hook it up. So that should, once that's up and running, then back to business.
I'm jealous.
But this time with good internet.
I uploaded a video. What was it? How big was the file? I think it was 10 gig for the video because it was a 20-minute video. Do you want to know how long it took me to upload, Chaos?
How long?
3 hours.
Oh, that's rough. Am I moving to Australia? No, I'm moving. I mean, the area, for those that might know, is called Ashford. Apparently, the schools there aren't great. The reputations aren't good, but that's the place that they've given us. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. I haven't.
Jess, homeschooling really doesn't exist in England either.
No, it doesn't.
Not really. Unlike America, where it's kind of a thing. In England, it doesn't really. We don't really do it.
Homeschooling is basically kids staying home and playing Xbox.
Yeah. I was 30 in 97. I was 10. Yeah. I was 10. Yeah. We moved up to Scarborough because I told my mum In her words, I said when I looked at the because I didn't know what the sea was, so I said, "Oh look, there's more sky." And she said that was one of the reasons why we moved up.
But yeah, so I'll know tomorrow. So obviously, those in my Discord, I'm going to be sharing the news there. So if you want to stay in the know, do sign up to my, just link is in the description. Join the Discord, and you'll be notified there. Otherwise, if you don't see me streaming, then you know why.
Well, good luck on the move if you do move.
Yeah, it's going to be rough, but hopefully, the only thing is, it's so far out. I'm going to be totally away from family. Like,
where did you say it is again?
Ashford.
Okay. It looks pretty. Oh, it's Kent.
I live in Kent now.
I lived in Kent.
I'm in Bean right now. Little village called Bean. Cheers, guys. I appreciate it.
Oh. I was born in Bromley, but I lived a lot in Kent.
I was in Bromley a lot because that's where my missus lived.
Yeah.
Not far from the Glades, the shopping centre.
I think my aunt was in Kent, so we used to visit Kent often to see my aunt. So we lived, I think it was Croydon we lived in for a lot.
That's a rough area. No, Croydon's fine.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Brixton.
It was still pretty rough in the 80s and 90s, though. Croydon wasn't great.
But yeah, so the big news outside of me potentially moving, getting my marching orders tomorrow, is that Square Enix is reportedly preparing to announce free Final Fantasy games for Xbox. Free. That can only mean Remake, Rebirth, and 16.
Or Dragon Quest.
Nah, that's not a big game.
How is Dragon Quest 12 not a big game?
Because it's not called Final Fantasy.
I'm sorry, but Dragon Quest 12 is one of the biggest games.
Only in the East.
Yeah, which is funny enough where Microsoft wants to sell consoles.
No, Microsoft doesn't want to sell consoles. What are you on about? Get with the program.
Yeah, true. Since Dragon Quest are normally on Xboxes anyway, that's true.
Get with the program. Sell consoles. Listen to this guy. He's just trolling us at this point. Guy's just doing it.
The fact that look, I'm old. My brain still thinks that they want to sell.
But you're losing your exclusives now. We're taking your exclusives.
No. You can have them.
Yeah, we're gonna have them and enjoy them.
I've been telling that you'll have them next gen for the last how many years? Even
and you know what?
I'm wrong.
In return, we're gonna give you Redfall.
Sweet. You know what? You can take it. I'm just happy they're going for Forza.
That being said, people often mock Redfall. It's a good game. In multiplayer. Only in multiplayer it's a good game. Single player, it sucks. Like, royally sucks. Like, it's absolutely awful.
Dragon Quest, by the way, is one of the biggest games in Japan. Like, John says, I don't know what Dragon Quest is. It's.
Oh, really? Dragon Quest is huge.
Though, to be fair, though, the next one is going to be really sad when it comes out. You know why, right?
Toriyama.
No, not just Toriyama, but the musician also passed away during...
That probably wasn't what I wanted to do.
The stream is very loud.
Oh, is it? I can't hear it.
It's gone down now. I could hear it for a second there.
I actually can't hear anything on the stream. Just looking for a Dragon Quest thing. Oh, screw it, just go to YouTube.
But no, the musician, you know, the main musician for Dragon Quest, he passed away as well. So 2 of the 3 pillars of Dragon Quest all passed away. Dragon Quest turned into a Kawaii game. Well, supposedly that's Dragon Quest 12 is going to be a lot darker than previous other ones.
That still sounds loud. Actually, that'll probably get demonetized. Wait, is this saying Dragon Quest 9?
Yeah. This ain't Dragon Quest.
Is this 9?
Maybe.
Which one was the new one that got released?
Are you talking about free HD2
11.
remaster?
11. Yeah, that's the one. We don't want to go to no PlayStation. We don't do PlayStation.
Would you feel if Fantasy made a Diablo like fantasy game? I would love that, Leaf. I would love if you meant like a grindy game.
We'll do the Switch one, so you can check it out. I couldn't see the Xbox one, but this is Dragon Quest. They have big swords, spiky hair, big eyes.
From the
big
questions,
boobas.
I'm supposed I'm a show off. Also, bunny girls. And Puff Puff. If you know what Puff Puff is, you know what Puff Puff is. That's still one of my favorite cutscenes in 14.
But they still have horses.
Yeah.
And a dragon. It's in the name. Clearly, she's the only character anyone actually plays the game for. Link wannabe. Inspired by Sonic.
Leaf says, when are you playing Dragon Quest 10? Leaf said, I've been playing Dragon Quest 3. I've been streaming it.
Wasn't 10 online? Or am I thinking of something else?
I think so. I know there's the Dragon Quest Online. Maybe 10 is the online one?
Clearly, Jade is the only reason you play this game, though, right? Damn straight bullets. I ain't even denying it. You got 3D mode and 2D mode? What? That's kind of cool. Such a drastic change.
That is cool, though.
That is such a cool feature. See? Rondo Canyon. Bit of Powerboss. Or Monster Hunter Stories. Whichever way you want to go about it.
Mounts? Ah.
I still like Final Fantasy 13.
What? Where did that come from?
Final Fantasy takes itself too seriously, says Susanna.
Okay.
13 was so good. I think it's the only one that hasn't really been remastered or remade, right? I think it deserves one.
No. It's still locked to the PS3 and Xbox, technically. But the Xbox has backwards compatibility, so you can play on Xbox.
Yeah, it makes the world of difference in the backwards compatibility with the FPS boost. You can switch on the other mode when the battery's dying. Need that save file, man!
Travel to past Dragon Quest worlds. That's cool.
Oh, come on, brothers. Chille's fine.
Who did I annoy?
You said you sound like you're basically on helium.
That's just me.
That's
Brothers,
his
is
real
that
voice.
your real voice? Yeah, it's my real voice. Why did you say that? I want to see. Yeah, no. Sounds good. Maybe your ears are blocked. Yeah, no, this is my real voice.
It's probably because he's a pony. That's what it is.
Yeah,
We
I
have
have to censor out the neighing in between words.
It's the pony filter.
Yeah.
But Chille, I guess that's that time of the stream where you tag yourself and we slowly wrap up.
Well, yeah, if you want to hear my helium-based voice, you can go check me out on Holified Saying Gaming, where I've been talking a lot about Dragon Ball. I wish I'd kept the link instead of randomly sending you a picture of crisps.
Taz can put it in chat. Or Steve. Or Powerboss.
I think I can do it as well.
Or you, if you're not going to get murdered by...
I think I posted it earlier, but it didn't link it. But yeah, no. Thank you, Tazmon. Also, you can find me on Twitch, on twitch.tv as Mugor on radio. I love it. No, never be a pony. I am the pony in this conversation.
He is a true pony.
I don't have to. You throw me off. I know someone has a feminine phone voice. I still remember when, like, I was doing a Smite preview, right? It was me and two developers, right? They invited me to preview some new modes for Smite, right? And then we joined a public lobby, and it was me, these two developers, and then someone came into the chat and said, "Who let this child on? Why does he sound so high pitched? He sucks." And then they started insulting me, calling me like names, and I'm sat here laughing because this is probably the worst lobby you can do this in, because I have two members from the actual community running with me. Your account is being banned.
Indeed. But Avowed has got 60 FPS. Rejoice.
I mean, yay. Thank you, Taz.
60 FPS. Avowed. Now no one can complain that it's 30 FPS. It's 60 FPS. And while you're at it, continue tagging.
Yeah, I'm not offended by having a high-pitched voice.
Okay, now I've offended you.
How dare you? And I'm going to leave the call in response to that, because I have to get ready for my own podcast in a bit. But still, oh God, you know what? Bye. You know what? That's good. Bye. There's a grums on.
But yeah, go check him out. Link in the chat there. No one likes Grums at all. But chat, I'm gonna call it there and wish you all a good night. Thanks so much for hanging out tonight. It's been absolutely awesome. Did you see D trying to defend PS5 Pro over Ninja? Mate, that D never stops. He's just what's that word? He's just grifting on a PS5 Pro for all the views now. The guy just won't stop. The guy's got a 4090. Like, he's looking at Ninja Gaiden 2. Why the hell is he playing it on PS5 Pro when he can play it on his 4090? And he said he's getting a 5090 as well. I think he actually bought a 5090. Why is he even playing Ninja Gaiden 2 on his PS5 Pro when he can get a better experience on his 5090? The guy is a total fraud. But anyway, I'm out. Have a good night, folks, and I will see you next time. Hopefully things go well for me tomorrow. I'll update you in my Discord, so feel free to join that if you want the latest updates, or follow me on social media. That's the other place. But otherwise, I'm going to be gone. And I'm going to chill out and enjoy the rest of my evening. Have a good one, folks. And remain legend. Good night. Yeah, that's the one, the 33 teraflops guy. Peace, folks.